And what started out as four brothers deciding to become involved in harness racing has continued to evolve and flourish with the new generation of the McElhinnys after her commitments with Gentle Giant at Club Menangle. Today I caught up with Tiarn Sutton. Well, Tiarn, great to catch up with you. Now, first of all, what a famous set of colours they are.
They are, yeah. These belong to the late Ned Feely. They were gifted to me by his wife in hopes to carry on and drive lots of winners and train lots of winners in them, and I've been lucky enough to get a few home in these colours.
Yeah, you have driven a handful of winners, but in the training ranks, you're well over 60.
I think we're just one shy at the moment. I was hoping that we can try and get the monkey off the back with the big horse, but unfortunately it's just been a little bit hard for him here at the moment. But we're not far away, and I've had a lot of support from small owners.
And that big horse you're talking about is well named, Gentle Giant.
He is, yeah, he's aptly named. He is a beautiful old horse. The kids love him, and he's very gentle with them at home.
As I said, Tiarn, at the start, it's a family business right from the word go with the four brothers. Your dad, Glenn, is certainly your biggest supporter and also a very big contributor to your success.
He is indeed, yep. Dad is, well, without Dad there's no me. Obviously in life and in the sport, he's my number one supporter. My uncles have always had my back. I've had a few drives for Timmy. Unfortunately, I haven't had a drive for David yet. I've trained a couple for Adrian, and but once his daughter moved up to Tamworth and got her licence, I don't think we'll see any more for him now.
Well, your career as a trainer started back in 2012, as a driver 2 years later, and you had success at your very first drive, but it was certainly one action-packed and drama-packed.
It was a doozy. The horse was the watchdog. He was a little favourite of mine. He was the first horse that Dad ever said, "This is yours, take the reins." For when he come back from the breakers, I made all the decisions on where he raced and who drove him, and at the time I was quite close with Janae and I, so she did a lot of driving for me, and Dad took the reins a few times on him. Once I was ready to go, I said, "Move over, it's my turn." We drew one at Penrith. It was the first race meeting of the season in 2014 in September. I had the whole family there to support me, and I just thought, beautiful, we'll lob leaders back and then hopefully we'll get a run. Unfortunately, the run come a little bit sooner than what anticipated, and the horse kind of took the gap when we weren't quite ready, and he got knocked down and we nearly landed on our head, and at that point Dad told me he turned his back and he didn't watch the finish until later that night on the iPad. But I won, but I wasn't sure that I won. I actually turned over to Blake Fitzpatrick and I said, "Look, I might need some help in the room here. I think I'm in some trouble." And he said, "Oh, didn't you just win that?" And yeah, surely enough, I turned around seeing all the family piling on the track, so it was a good win.
Well, the moral of the story certainly is, Town, all's well that ends well.
Yeah, it was on that day. It was great. Mum was there and my brother came out, and my aunties and uncles and a few family friends were there, and it was good to have Dad there and not have him in the race. It was actually sidelined at the time. No, it was a really good night.
Yeah, Town, you have many strings to your bow. First of all, how many horses are you training?
At the moment we've got 6 in work. Nice quiet little team.
Also a mother of 2.
Yeah, got 2 beautiful kids. Miller, she's 10, and Ty, he's 3.
No doubt, Dad, as you've mentioned, has been a big influence on your career, but outside of the family, who do you look to for guidance?
Well, back when I was a youngster, obviously Ned was a big influence back when we were stabled at Condell Park. I've always found Blake Fitzpatrick very easy to approach and talk to if you need advice or even need help in the steward's room if Dad's not around. Back when he was around a bit more, Brian Hancock was really easy to approach and get some advice, and he's always been very encouraging of the young people in the game.
Now, the McElhinney Sutton website, as far as the horse is concerned, is just outstanding. A lot of work goes into that.
It does, yeah. People don't realise that I try and keep everything as up to date as possible. I don't have very big owners, but I have owners that like to know what's going on, and we do have a few little fans that follow along with us, so I try and keep it as up to date as possible and let everybody know when we're racing and when we're trialling, and even when one just comes back from a spell.
Yeah, it's not all about just the big spenders or the big stars in the industry. It's also about the little people, the small owners and the people that have got horses for a hobby that make sure that the industry keeps ticking over.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I've always said that without the hobbyists, there really wouldn't be a sport. That's how it began back in the day. You know, old Joe down the road to go work his horses and then go to work, and it's still the same now. There's a lot of hobbyists in the sport, including Dad and myself to a degree.
You also like writing stories. Some of them have featured on the National Trot Guide as far as the paper was concerned, and no doubt there might be 1 or 2 appearing on the website.
Yeah, I do. I like to have a try at writing. I do like writing and I like speaking, and it's something that I did look at going into somewhere maybe in the future, but at the moment I've actually pushed that aside for a little while, and I'm just about to finish a teacher's aid course.
Well, you're certainly keeping busy. And apart from all that, one of the great names in harness racing, of course, is that of Garrards, who sponsored the Miracle Mile last time around. You also do some work for them.
I do, yeah. I've been with Garrard 6 years this September. They're fantastic supporters in harness racing. They're very rich in the history of harness racing, obviously with Chris himself and Darren doing a bit of training, and now Angus being very successful as a junior driver in Queensland.
You're also involved in rehoming horses. One in particular horse called Soho Nip. I believe he lost his mother at a very early age, but he's been a real problem child.
Nip is. He was interesting. He was a good little character. Dad and a friend of ours bought him after the APG sales a few years ago. He's always a character, always into something he shouldn't be, going through fences. He was a headache, he was a problem child, but he was a beautiful horse, and unfortunately racing just wasn't for him. And with the New South Wales Harness Rehoming Program, we just thought this would be perfect for him, and he's really landed on his feet with his new owner.
Now, cousin Bryce is starting to forge a new career in Queensland, helping out Lockie Manzelman, and another cousin, Caitlin. She's doing wonderful things, having a lot of success at Tamworth.
Caitlin has been really successful up around Tamworth. She's found her little niche up there as a trainer and driver. I'm super proud, and Bryce has always done me proud in everything that he does, and I really wish him all the success in Queensland.
Well, Tiarn, we've gone through about 8 or 9 things that you're involved in. You sure there's just 24 hours in a day?
Sometimes I wish there was more, but between being a mum and a trainer and working a few days a week and studying, everything gets done and everyone gets kept happy.
Now, you're following in your footsteps of your dad in so many ways. I can't believe you're a South Sydney supporter.
I'm a South tragic. My kids are as well. When Milla moved up from Victoria with her dad, they were given memberships as soon as they moved up, and I think Ty was about 6 hours old when he got his first membership.
Well, Dad's not around at the moment. He's looking after Gentle Giant for you. Will South win the comp?
It's been a rough couple of weeks. We redeemed ourselves with Parramatta week just gone, but we'll have to see how we go. We'll have to see how we keep going moving forward.
Well, Tiarn, good luck with South Sydney, but more importantly, good luck with those set of colours. It'd be lovely to see you greet the judge here at Clubman Angle wearing those colours of the late Ned Feely.
It would be great because I need to get one up on Bryce now.